Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Jack and I quit my job 4 years ago. Been traveling around the world for the last 4 years because of trading these markets, which is pretty cool. Now in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about APTOS. We're going to be doing some technical analysis on APTOS and both the USD and Bitcoin pairs. We're going to be talking about some price targets to the upside, and we'll also be discussing some potential buy zones to the downside if you're looking to fill your bags. Alongside that, I'll also be giving you an invalidation stop loss in case things do go wrong, which sometimes they do, to allow you to protect your capital. So all that and more in this video. So before we get into that, if you haven't already, go ahead, click that subscribe button and click the notification bell. It really does make a difference, and who knows, you'll probably learn something. All right. So with that out of the way, let's jump in. So I've got APTOS against the US dollar on the weekly time frame here on my chart, just to zoom out and give you sort of big picture. So really, from the launch date till today, we've been in this higher time frame range, right? Nothing really has changed there. In the last half of this year, we've broken above the mid-range point right here, and last week we had a beautiful retest of that. Like, technically speaking, that looks absolutely fantastic. Seeing this big long wick to the downside signifying huge buying pressure, which is great. But other than that, basically you've got your local high there at $15, and I envision that being broken very soon and basically teleporting straight up to our highs here. So let's discuss that on the lower time frames. Let's go to the daily. All right. So I'm on the daily time frame here, and again, we're holding this trend line as support. We are in an uptrend on the daily time frame, just to start with basics. Now, we've been running up on this uptrend, which is good. However, we made this local high here combined with a bearish divergence on the daily time frame, which technically speaking is still technically active, right? Now, this can be invalidated with RSI breaking above this trend line. So if you go to the daily time frame, stick the RSI on your chart and draw this line. If you set an alert on the breakout of this line, that would signify an invalidation of this bearish divergence. But for the moment, it still remains active, and therefore until that is broken, I would expect APTOS basically in the immediate short term to sort of be chopping around sideways like it has been doing, or maybe even a slight pullback. But I do envision this RSI divergence getting broken relatively soon, and with that, you'll be breaking this local high that we put in on the 5th of December at $15. And once you break that, basically you're going to teleport straight up to this this higher level resistance here, which is basically $18 to $20, right? And after that, then you really are in a sort of blue sky breakout territory. Now, I have some targets to walk you through and show you my sort of reasoning for that. But before I do, if you haven't already, just a reminder, hit that subscribe button. It really does make a difference, and you will be an absolute legend if you subscribe to me. I do appreciate it. Right. So yeah, let's get back in. So in terms of price targets then, moving forward, so one thing you can do, you've got a couple of ways of doing this. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any existing price action here on the USD chart to the upside, other than these two highs that we've made. So the first thing you can do is take the Fibonacci, just from the top to the bottom there, and look above. So coins typically like to target the 1618 to the 2618, right up until the 3618. I usually don't go to the 4236, but these are usually good targets. So let's mark these up as a starting point here, right? So I would be going with the three of these, and from there we need to go and find some more confluence for that. Okay, so the first ones we've got here is the $28, $43 and $59, right? But we want to go find some confluence to see. I don't like to just trade off the Fibonacci. I mean, some people do successfully, but I like to have more than one confluence. So to do this, I go on the Bitcoin pair, right? And here, this looks a little bit different. And to me, this is what I love to see in a crypto altcoin, right? See, when you've got you've got a big opening wick and then basically nothing in between. This is often, not always, but this is usually a signal that this coin could rally really hard, right? So basically, if we break this high right here, that was put in October, that is 1600 sats, will basically teleport straight up to 2600 sats, which is 100% gain from today. And once you break that, once you break this level, right, you have literally got nothing in between. You've got a small little level here at 3400, but I'd be targeting right up here. And from today's price to that level is 558% in gains, that's on the Bitcoin pair. So if we take that and we translate that over to our USD pair, so we're looking for just over 500%. Let's see where that takes us. From today's prices, 500% would put us even just above there. So that's putting us roughly at between $80 and $90. So we're going to mark that one up as well. So I usually give the BTC pair more credit than the Fibonacci, because the thing is, everyone's using the Fibonacci. Everyone knows those targets, right? So for me, I'm going to go ahead. I would use those as take profits to rebuy that in, but ultimately, I am going to put my target on Aptos at 500%, just due to these prior resistance levels. If we're looking up here, due to these prior resistance levels, I would be looking at targeting, this level here, which was the opening, almost at the opening price, and then that last resistance. If we break that, then it's a blue sky breakout, and you'd be looking to target this upper wick, which is significantly further gain, sort of like 2600%, which is absolutely insane. But we're going to keep things reasonable for this video, and I'm going to give you my target for Aptos. Once we break out of our resistance, I'd be putting it at a 500% gain from this point, bringing it up to sort of 80 to 90 dollars per Aptos, which would be absolutely amazing, and I think it is in the realm of possibilities. So before I go, I want to give you an additional thing, stop loss. So obviously, it's all well and good talking about these trades, but you need to know how to actually manage them. So things are looking bullish right now. I'm not going to lie. Most indicators are signifying a bullish continuation both on Bitcoin and Aptos, but in case things do go wrong, you want to be able to protect yourself. So if you are currently long on this, i.e. you have bought it, and you're wondering, if things go wrong, where can I potentially get out? What I like to use for this is the EMA band on the 2-day time frame. That's not the daily, it's the 2-day time frame, right? And the way I use this, so if you see the price falling below this EMA band, rejecting it and continuing the rejection, that's my signal to throw all my ideas out the window and sell it, even if that is at a loss. So you can see what this looks like here. Like, see, when we broke down, we rejected it, and then we continued on downwards. And you would protect yourself by basically, losing 65% of your capital, right? So it's definitely worthwhile doing. There are some false signals, but it just means you have to buy back in on the break above again. So I would put your invalidation sort of at $11 to $10 if you see the rejection. But hopefully that doesn't happen, because things are looking bullish right now. There is only one warning sign on Aptos that I want to talk to you about, and that is the upcoming token unlock, right? So not a lot of people talk about this. Everyone's just sort of obsessed on the small time frame moves, but coming up on the 11th of January, pretty much 5% roughly of the total supply of Aptos is being unlocked, right? That's just being dumped onto the market. And usually that causes inflation, right? And it causes devaluation of the coin, right? So it's something to be wary about, because I would fully expect around about the 10th, 11th of January, that sort of week, give or take 7 days, you will see a drop in Aptos in that date range. So you want to make sure that you've got yourself covered. You've either taken profit or you've got a little bit of money on the sidelines in case, as I say, just be prepared for that. You will likely see a dump in Aptos around about the 10th, 11th of January, give or take 7 days. So that's it for today. I hope you got some value from that. If you did, go ahead, click subscribe, be a legend. It really does help me out. So I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye-bye.